Laurie Huston's News for the Heart is dedicated to helping you give a voice to your own soul. Our hearts have the power to free us from pain and the struggles that keep us from awakening to our true essence. Join Laurie now as we delve into our heart and soul to find the path that will open us to the possibilities and lead us to the life we love to live.
And good afternoon. This is News for the Heart. Well, it's the second Tuesday of the month, which means I have my awesome co-host Tracy McBurney with me, which I love to have on my show, mostly because she helps me heal with every session we do, which is great because, well, as you will see, there's a few things that I needed some really interesting viewpoints on what kind of happened this week. So we will we'll bring in Tracy and we will discuss some of it without maybe going too deeply into it, but trying to understand where I'm coming from, which will help people with, I guess, I'm not sure, their pain body. I think that's kind of what we decided this is about. So
yeah, it's interesting.
Grace.
Hey, Laurie. So I'm going to just start. I love to laugh. So I'm just going to start with the same question that we began with before we came on to the live call. And it was just an innocent question. So how are you?
Okay. So last week I had something come up with a molar in my mouth and it was very painful. The very first day, it felt like it was the entire tooth. It felt like the nerve of the tooth. Anyway, the whole issue was, I know that it had something to do with the anxiety and the anger that I was going through with my current partner. And just the reaction around, I guess, feeling neglected, feeling ignored, feeling not worthy enough to be seen or encountered. And anyway, this morning when I woke up, my tooth is finally fine, or the gums around it is finally fine. I did a deep dive into some of Matt Kahn's teachings, which I really appreciated. But Tracy and I are going to go through some of the issues with how the pain body and how you get stuck in the pain body kind of reacts to what goes on in one's life, which I got kind of stuck in for a little while there. So.
Yeah, well, it was kind of interesting because one of the things that I saw when you were actually bringing forward the story of not worth anything, or what I honed in on the worthiness piece, and I kind of just went, wait a minute, that's a story, that's a story, and it's a meaning. So I also like people to understand that, like, how did you come here to the point where that's happening out there? That sure person has made a choice to not phone you back or not talk to you for a week for whatever their reasoning is. And you've internalized that as, I don't mean anything to them. I'm not worth anything. I'm not important.
And he didn't trust me.
Sorry?
And he doesn't trust me. We went to the trust piece too, because you thought that was important as well.
Right. And he doesn't trust me, and he's made a different choice. And so to me, all of those are meanings. Right. They're meanings that then become our truths, but they're actually false truths. And it was actually I didn't say this to you when we were not live, but what I like to help myself to remember and people to know is that this whole engagement with meanings, it comes in through the temporal lobe of the brain. So when we've got too many chemicals coming into our bloodstream, and chemicals can be toxic, like they could be like the blood's just kind of going, oh, like, and the body's just kind of going, oh, like that's just that. I mean, that communicates a lot of information. So we've got the anger coming in, we've got the infection coming in, we've got the upset, we've got, like, what does that feel like? Think about the feeling. So I like Dr. Joe Dispenza's, it's not his work. All he's done is make it really tight and understandable for people. It's not his work. But when he says, here you are with this thought, this meaning that came initially from the temporal lobe, to kind of shut something down on a different day, like make it more calm on a different day. Like, once you actually have a meaning engaged with something, it's like, it doesn't matter whether it's truth or whether it's not truth. It can get lodged. It can get folded away, filed away. So even if it's an untrue meaning of my worthlessness to this person or just to the world, now it's filed. And once it's filed, then it's like, oh, then we know what that's about. So now that can calm down. It's gotten filed. But we just filed a non-truth. We just filed a lie. And it's like, well, that portion of the brain doesn't care whether you filed a lie or not. It's like, it's filed now, so everything can calm down. And then you can be focused on something else. And so there we were with that, with you. And I just kind of went, so what's going on here? Like, first of all, I wanted to stop you to say, hey, that story. And I think I stopped you at a point where you were going to whisk it all away because you couldn't find the next word to describe the emotion that you were in that moment. And I was just like, I felt so badly for you because now you're going to whisk all of this away because you can't find that next phraseology for that emotion, which is going to spurn another thought. Also going back to Dr. Joe Dispenza, the emotion that spurns another thought, that brings up another thought. And I just wanted you to stop to say, okay, let's not whisk it all away and pretend it's not there and pretend it's not painful. Like, come back. No, we're going to be in that. We're going to be in that for a second. And then choose to let your own divine light, choose to let that God hold you. Hold the you that could not come up with the word to describe to me that real pure emotional state that you're in, that you were ready to just go, I'm so frustrated that I don't know what word, and I'm just going to whisk it away.
Yeah, I do that too.
No, stop. Like, that's where we were initially. Just stop. No, be there. Come back, be there. We're not going to whisk you away. We're not going to pretend that this isn't important the way you're feeling. We're not going to whisk you away, put you in a box somewhere, or stuff you in a closet. No, come back. Be with those feelings. So even though, and they're big, they're more than just one feeling. And you can't find the English word for the feelings. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. That God energy doesn't need you to articulate the preciseness of the words of the feelings, and I don't actually need you to do that either. And I'm not asking you to do that either. What I do want is for you to say yes to your own divine light, holding you where you are, in those feelings, in all of those feelings. However they're worded, whatever the English word is, French word is, whatever word is, just to allow you to be held.
How come when it happens and I ask for that, I don't feel it until I'm talking to you or I've read something that goes, aha. How can I not do it myself when I know that that's what I need?
Because there's a belief, and that's not interesting, because I was just with a client today that I was doing a Healy for because she was not well. And I just thought, I'm going to step in to do a Healy. And they're telling me that this very statement might be very linked to you. The Healy brought forward for her believes they need a mediator or another person to contact the soul sphere of God.
Interesting.
And that I had never seen that statement come through Healy before, and it came from the Healy to her today. And I thought about it and I went, perhaps there's a religious modeling there. Perhaps there's a deeply embedded religious modeling there that says, no, you don't do that yourself. No, you have no power to do that yourself. No, you're not supposed to do. No, you can't do that for yourself. Like, maybe it's the religious modeling that says you can't, that piece you can.
You know, it's funny because I've always had an issue. I'm not Catholic, but I've always had an issue with the Catholic dogma of you have to go through a priest, right? It bothered me so much when I was a child and later.
Yeah. But maybe that's exactly this.
No, it feels like it is.
Because this could be embedded software even from longer back than this life. Right? You come in through an adopted corridor, so you have no concept through mother or father how deeply embedded that software was, that whole belief system. And so this might be a way of connecting you to mother or connecting you to that birth father, and a very powerful way of bonding to that mother or father. So it's like, can't challenge that. Can't dissolve that. Can't bring light to that. No. That's a way to bond to that mother. That's a way to bond to that mother. That's a way to bond there. That's a way to be held there, to ensure that I'm held, to ensure that there's something there, to ensure I'm not alone.
Right.
And that actually feels very right. So I wouldn't want you to feel alone. I wouldn't want you to feel unbonded. I would not want you to feel not bonded to that birth mother or not bonded to that birth father. I wouldn't want to stand in the way of that. I wouldn't want any of that for you. I just say, okay, divine, beautiful light, your beautiful higher power within you. Help her with that. Help her choose another way to maintain a bonding to this birth mother, to this birth father, that is not asking her to believe this, that separates her from knowing that she can have a direct connection to this divine light without going through anything. Just her and God within her. Her and God outside of her. Her and direct connection to that divine presence. But we're not making a choice of, in order for me to be more grounded here, to be more connected here to this God divine within me, I have to walk away from the connection to the birth father to connect. No. No.
Right.
Not asking that. We're just going to get it wired up differently. Because there are ways for you to maintain connection to the birth mother, to the birth father, that are highest and best ways that allow you to move forward, that allow you to be your best self and support being your best self and maintain connection with that. Do I specifically know what those are? No, I don't. But I don't need to know. And so to me, what I love is the phrase, like in the energy medicine class, we've got some giggles sometimes. Heal it now, God, thank you. Heal it now, divine higher power, thank you. Heal it now, tell me about it later. So tell me about it later. So if there's something for me to know, something that would be consciously helpful for me to know, then I trust that it will be delivered back to me later. Thank you for taking care of this. This is what I want. I claim this. So this is the other piece, is I didn't realize that in the actual physical Bible, there are these words claim and command, and they're very, very powerful words in relationship to God. I claim this for myself. I command this into the universe. And so that's what we're claiming. If that's okay, that's what we're going to claim today, is continued connection with your birth mother, with your birth father, in ways that are operating at highest and best for you now and into the future. So continued connection to that in that way, while you now make available to yourself. I claim making available to myself this beautiful connection between myself and that God light, which is part of me. direct link, direct communication, like a highway direct communication, like I can get there without anybody taking me there. I can get there on my own. I can just go there. I can just be with that. I can just be with me, because that's like the God within yourself. I can just be with me anytime I want to be with me. I don't have to find another person to get me there. I claim all of that for myself.
I do claim all of that for myself.
And I claim it now.
And I claim it now.
You don't have to repeat this. Now is a very powerful decree. Just that one word. Claim, very powerful decree. Command, very powerful decree. It's like we should have these words. Like, I love Nidhu Kapoor because she's been doing a lot of work with that. Almost like a book that we could have. That are, here are the decrees, here are the commands, here are the words, here are the very specific words that we can speak into the universe, that we can say out loud, that we can whisper, that we can speak in our head. And when we use these words, we are freaking heard. We are one with that universe. Stuff happens. And we're not fooling around. It literally connects us to us as manifestors. It connects us to us as the God particle. It really recognizes our connection to truth, which is we are a God particle. We are a God particle. And within the God particle of us, within this universe, we have all sorts of little God particles in this body, like all sorts of little God particles. All in this body, all beyond this body. There are God particles everywhere. And what do we use these God particles to do? Make manifest, at this point, onto this earth. Make manifest onto this earth that which we would like to build here and be a part of here. We are giant manifestors. Divine manifestors. Now, if we want to get really crazily cool, it's like, we're somewhere else with these God particles somewhere else, then maybe we could make manifest in a star system. We could make manifest, if we had some sort of a means to do that, a body to do it, we could make manifest in this beautiful star what we are choosing to build. But we are here on Earth. We have come to Earth. Like, just kind of sit with that for a second. It's a cool concept. We have come to Earth. We are a God particle technology. We are a God particle technology, and we have millions of these God particles, little God particles within us. And then you've been playing the game of saying, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. I got to wait for that person. I got to wait for that person to come in between, to be the mediator. I got to wait for that person to make manifest what I want. What I want to see operating here upon this earth. I've been doing some thinking about this. I think we do need to become more responsible, more spiritually responsible manifestors. But maybe we'll get back to that later in the call. Let's just be with you and this circumstance and where you've been. And I love the fact that you said yes to being held in the exact emotional state of messiness. Like, this is the book, maybe. This is the book that I never completed, that I never put out. I'm coming home messy. I'm messy. I'm not pretending I'm not messy, and I'm not whisking away my mess and saying, oh, because I couldn't come up with that last word to describe to you, Tracy, all the freaking emotional, messy state I'm in, I'm just going to flick it away because it's just too taxing for now and it's too frustrating, and let's just talk about something else. Let's just go somewhere else. It's like, no, we're not going somewhere else. We're not going somewhere else. That messiness is you. And I am not abandoning you. I'm not walking away from you. I'm not going to let you put yourself in a closet. That messiness is part of the wholeness of you. And let's let it be held. And then when I really looked at it, I went, oh, right. And that messiness that you can't describe the emotion, it's informing you.
Yes.
It's informing you. It's got a lot of power. It's informing you. It's with you. And when you're letting that be the sole way that you are being informed, you are definitely not with yourself. But if you have this belief system that says, well, I can't get there. I can't get to the God. I can't get to the God without the mediator. I can't get to the God on myself. And it's like, oh, great. Yes. Okay. That's why then. That's why you're so engaged with the pain body, because you can't get to the other place on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
And that's why you had to swish it away. Let's just push it away. Let's try to put it in the closet. Let's just, right? Because then maybe I'll be able to do it then. But not with that belief in place. So we're just holding it all. Like, how did I get here so easily that we're already here? We're already to this really cool place. Like, so many things have shifted and moved. And how did we do all of that? Because we let you be held. We let you be held by that divine technology, by that divine that's right within you. It's always there. And it's what makes you the God particle. It's what makes the wholeness of you a God particle unto itself, because it's always there. And we do have a lot of dogma that gets in the way of and informs us from the embedded software system within our wholeness that literally tells, no, you can't get there. You're not worthy enough. You're not this enough. You're not that enough. You're not enough. No. You're not wearing white. You ate pork. Like whatever craziness was going on that says you can't go there. You can't go there. You stole pennies out of the UNICEF jar when you were a kid, in your father's closet. You can't go there. You're a thief. You broke one of the 10 commandments. You can't go there. You're going to hell. You're not going, no. And yeah, you'd be surprised at how many people are operating from, I've got to try and undo this. I got to try and figure out how to rebalance this whole situation from what I did when I was a kid, from the wrongness of what I did when I was a kid. I've got to figure out how to rebalance all of that situation so I can get to a place where I'm not going to hell anymore. And I got to do all of that without connection to a God within myself, without connection to a non-judgmental God presence within myself. I got to figure out all of that to get myself out of going to hell. Right? Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And I got to figure out how to do that without the greatest technology embedded within us. And when we figure out how to do all of that, sometimes it's we're going to the priest, sometimes it's we're going outside of ourselves to get somebody to help us, and then we can confess. And then we can confess, and then we can walk the redemption path or whatever it is. And that's all big and wide for a situation that started with a boyfriend. But when I hear words like worthless and not worthy, I go, to me, it's never just about a boyfriend. These are big words. And how did my lovely Laurie get to a place where even one part of her is thinking she's worthless or not worthy of love, which, by the way, it's large intestine. How did she get there from this situation with him, which, he's got a lot going on. This person who was severely injured in an accident, who is in a lot of pain and having a lot of drugs connecting into his world. And how, with all of that going on with him, and you loving him and wanting the best for him and really trying to have a relationship between the two of you, how did we ever get worthless and not worthy, mixed into all of this?
That'd be my pain body.
Just like, okay. And so it just felt like, pain body.
Yeah.
Oh, pain body. And what if the pain body is something that you share with your adopted mother? What if the pain body is something that you share with your adopted father? Well, I gotta keep it. You got to keep it. Like, how do I maintain connection with them and know that I am safe and know that I am with something and know that I belong somewhere? And how can all of that oh, I got to keep this intact. And who knows what the drama was that was going on with your birth mother or your birth father at the time when they gave you up for adoption. Who knows what that was? Not married, not worthy, not, who knows?
Well, he was married to someone else. They met in church.
Isn't it interesting that we're here, right? We're here with religion and church and wrongness and not rightness and not doing the right thing. And
yeah.
So you know a few things about this.
A little bit. And I also, through intuition, because I have a full sister, who's younger than me. Once the full sister came, and that was the end of their relationship, because she just apparently couldn't be trusted, because, she just kept getting pregnant. Like it was somehow her fault. But yeah. Because they were in a church. They were in a church choir together or something, or he was part of it. But yeah, it's a interesting type story. I always thought the most interesting part was, though, that Children's Aid or my dad, one or the other, told us that she was only 19 when she was actually a year older than my mother, which was like 38 or 39. So it's like, how? And I don't know if it was Children's Aid trying to make me look better, or if it was my dad trying to protect my mom from not knowing that she was actually the same age. I'm not sure. Usually Children's Aid has to disclose some of that stuff, but I don't know which was which, because by the time I didn't even find out I was adopted officially until I was 19. When I was doing a project, and I was going to look at Children's Aid, and my mom freaked out thinking that I was going to Children's Aid to find out who my real mom was. And I didn't even know I was adopted. It's like, oh, really? So, yeah.
How old were you then?
19.
Right.
Yeah.
So as you even bring forward this story, let's let you be divinely held here, please. Because that must have been a very interesting day.
Oh, yeah.
So let's not pretend that was an okay day.
It wasn't. And she freaked out more than I did. So she was just in her fear.
Okay. So you got all of that. And maybe her shock.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody really knowing how to navigate that situation on that day. Mm. Not your mother, not you. A lot of emotion, a lot of her fear. Your confusion. Mm. I'm asking the orb of grace to come in, to enter into this discussion, to enter into this radio program right now, to enter in, to be with us. The only thing that the orb of grace is ever going to do as a technology is bring divine order, divine alignment into anything.
Orb of grace? Is that what you
Orb of grace. Oh. Yeah, apparently a technology coming from the heart of the universe. Mm-hmm. And you can, if you're a feeling person, and I can feel it instantly when I call it in. I can literally, there's almost like a calmness and a stillness that just starts to come into the room. I don't know. I could just feel the energy when you brought that up. You brought that 19-year-old moment up, and I could just feel the energy of that. And it wasn't calm, still, beautiful, loving. It wasn't any of that, which meant it never got divinely informed. It never got divinely administered to. That moment in time did not get brought into pure peace. So therefore, there's more for you to divinely know about yourself, about your connectedness, about your relationship with this universe, your relationship with that God within self, your relationship with this family, your relationship with an immense amount of things. And I would like you to know what that divine knows that you can know now, because you're open to that. And because it's just not left as a time in your history that happened, that was disturbing, that was confusing, that was fearful for your mom, that then became fearful for you, that became this, that became that. It's not just a moment in time that was all of that, then held in time and space. We're getting that brought into balance so that you are divinely restored to balance at that time. And all of this is happening within the chocolate chip cookie of your wholeness, so to speak. I think it's pretty funny. Like because I'm not really a visual person, it was just a long time ago. It was like it came to me one day to literally have somebody just picture a giant chocolate chip cookie in their consciousness. And and it was supposed to then represent their wholeness. Just them in wholeness, the physical of them and all the auric fields going all the way out until they ended. And that was their wholeness. And that person said they weren't a visual person, but they could do that. That's what they gave me, a giant chocolate, and that person could do that. And then I realized I can do that. I could picture a giant chocolate chip cookie. I can do that. I can close my eyes and go, oh yeah, there's this big giant chocolate chip cookie. So I can do that. And it seemed like anybody could do that. And I thought it was hilarious that I'm like this nutritionist by trade, and I've got this giant chocolate chip cookie as a way of describing wholeness. But this disturbance in your fields is part of your wholeness. So maybe it's one chocolate chip within the wholeness, but it's still disturbing the wholeness of you and how you express yourself to the world and how you confidently express yourself to the world and what you open up to and what you don't open up to and what you say yes to and what you don't say yes to. It's still having some impact because it's impacting the wholeness. It's not just impacting the chocolate chip within the wholeness. So I would like it helped.
Me too.
Right? Because then at 19, in that confused place, it's like, who knows what was going on in your head? What does that mean for me? Right. What does that mean for me? What, Is my whole life a lie at this point? There's a whole portion of my history that I don't know about me. Like, then I just don't know me. Then I just don't know me. Then I have no idea who I am. And you just don't know. So this truth comes out to smack you in the face that day. And it's like, and then it just discombobulates a whole bunch of maybe truth that now is not the truth. So then we're sitting there with, there you are at night. That means I had a mother that rejected me. I had a father that didn't love me. That means I'm unlovable.
No, I was already there long before that, but yes.
But maybe you were already there long before that because
yes,
you internalized an experience a certain way.
Yes.
Right? Like just think about the child that's now being put up for adoption, the child that's now being said, we're not going to keep this child. The child that then internalizes that.
And I was sick for 5 days, so I was in an incubator where I was not touched by anybody physically.
Right. So that's being in the glass prison. Mm-hmm. So that's like the Sleeping Beauty in the glass prison story.
Went to a foster home for 5.5 months. And then they wanted to adopt me, but they couldn't. So then I got put into another family.
No, but stop.
Okay.
Stop for a second. Because then you get some languaging. They wanted to adopt me, but couldn't.
They were the foster parents. They wouldn't.
But what if there's the whole mother story, which is wanted to keep me, but she couldn't. Then I have a repeating story of a mother energy wanting to do something, but they can't. They can't because of religious modeling. They can't because I can't. I want to, but I'm powerless. I want to, but I'm helpless to change this. I want to, but this is in the way. I want to, but there's this obstacle to continuing to love you as mine. I want, but there's an obstacle. I want, but there's 10 obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
I want because there's 15 obstacles. I want, my desire, is this, to love you and have you with me and have you here with me and to care for you. But there's 4 obstacles in the way. There's 10 obstacles in the way, but there's these, and I can't overcome those obstacles. And I have no power to overcome those obstacles. I'm powerless to overcome those obstacles. A person completely disconnected from their own core light, saying to themselves, I'm powerless to ... I'm helpless to ...
Same feelings I felt last week. Or, yes.
Right. All these obstacles. You have a history of creating love relationships with a lot of obstacles in them. And you never saw how far back that went.
No.
But when you allow yourself to be held, look at how long it took. It did not take long at all before we're here.
Right.
Looking at a repeating pattern. This is how you create love. This is how you create love relationships. They have obstacles in them, lots of obstacles in them. There's no other love relationships for me to create but ones that are like this. There's nothing else for me but ones that are like this. And we let your divine hold you some more. And then you're angry at him for all the obstacles that he puts in the way in his mind and blah, 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 blah. No, you're not even seeing about the obstacles that you put in the way yourself, because you don't know how to create love relationships without a whole bunch of obstacles in them. And he's just helping with that. And it's all pain body. How I love is through the pain body. How I love is informed through the pain body. I'm not loving purely. I'm not loving just from a divine connection from my core love. How I love is through the pain body.
That's messed up.
I don't know any other way to love than through the pain body. I don't know there's any other thing available but something that goes through the pain body, that includes the pain body. But of course it has to include the pain body, because the pain body is connected to your birth mother, and your birth mother, I think, always wanted you, but couldn't figure out how to make all of that work. And even if she didn't want you, it's still connecting you to her.
I think she did.
Yeah, so that you know that you belong somewhere. And that something is with you and you're not alone. So the pain body ensures that you know that you're not alone. And maintaining the pain body. And not letting people erode at it. Not letting people dissolve it. Not letting divine come. No. That's how I know I'm not alone. That's how I know I belong. That's how I know all these things. That's how I feel secure. That's how I know I'm safe. Screw off. Leave the pain body alone. It informs me about all these other things. I'm dependent on it. Yeah, it's cool when you're, right? And you know, I love sitting with people with these really, really profound big things and saying, I don't know how to fully sort this. You come to me, you pay me money, you pay me a nice amount of money. I don't know how to fully sort this, except I do. I know wherein you can be helpful to fully sort this, and I step back. I will give you some conscious awareness of where you're going, which is my job. Give you some conscious awareness of where you're going. Give you some interesting ideas to contemplate. And then just keep saying to you, let that divine hold you. Let it continue to inform you. Look where we've gone so far. This started with some ongoing arguments, some ongoing friction and tension between you and this boyfriend, and some upset about a week or so when he wasn't connecting. And look where we are. It has nothing to do with the boyfriend.
No.
And we're here at pain body, and we're here at the neediness of connecting, continuing to connect to the pain body, and what over dependence we have on the pain body. And how much the pain body serves us. So it's not about the God energy serving you. No. It's about the pain body serving me. Look at all the things I get from the pain bodies continuing existence. So I'm thinking they're flashing me a picture of Nemo. Keep swimming, but this keep swimming, that wonderful, motivated, beautiful part of Nemo. Just keep swimming. Like Nemo's like, I'm never going to get there. I'm like, keep swimming. But this is keep holding, keep letting your source hold you, keep letting your divine hold you, keep holding, keep allowing for the holding, the divine holding. Amazing what you're going to find out about yourself in a circumstance when you just make that one choice and you don't stop making that one choice to let your divine source of love and light continue to hold you. Because where your source light is continuing to hold you, you are being informed from that place. You are being informed from your highest place to be informed by within the technology of you. You are with the God particle. You are the God particle. You are with the God particle. Yeah, so if you think about it for a second, you creating love relationships, it's kind of what I like to do in class and to show in class. Like, it's a program. It's a program. It's become a program. This is how you do it. This is how it got done. This is how it was done for you. This is how it got screwed up for you. And this is the program. And this is what you're entitled to. This is what you deserve. This is who you are. This is all of it. This is it. And I like to just teach it in class as a recipe card. It's a recipe card. And so it's like, it's all there. It's written, the recipe for how you're to do this, how you're to continue to create love relationships. What it is for you is on the recipe card. Oh, so I'm reading the recipe card. Oh, how many obstacles? Think about it as a cauldron. You're like a witch with your cauldron, and you're making your recipe for love relationships. You want a love relationship. You want it. You just want it. You're feeling a little bit alone. You're feeling like, I want to share with somebody. I want to share my life. And you're ready to share your life. And so there you are, getting out your recipe card. You're going, okay, all right. Yeah, okay, yeah, all right. So, what spice is that? What obstacles? Just like the person who has a recipe card, it says, oh, and then a dash of unfaithfulness. In their recipe card, a dash of unfaithfulness. Well, I don't want to put a dash of unfaithfulness in my recipe for my love relationships. Well, tough. It's in your card. And you're saying, I don't want to have all those obstacles in my love relationship. Well, tough. It's in your card. So what? Suck it up, buttercup. You want love relationships? This is how you're going to do it. Well, who says? The card. Right. Well, who says? The card. Well, who wrote the card? Us. What do you mean us? Us from the past wrote the card. Well, why do I have to follow us from the past? Well, because you're not following yourself. Well, why am I not following myself? Well, because you've got this other stuff on another card that's telling you can't follow yourself. So that's why you're following the card. So suck it up, buttercup. You want love relationships? Follow this. And then I step in a class and say, hey, did you know you can ask for another card? Did you know you don't have to follow that card?
Can't be blank.
So even if you're still having this relationship where you need a mediator to get in connection with God, you can still hand that card back. You can still say, I don't like this card. I don't like this card. I'm not following this card. I'm putting that card down. I want another card. Hands up. I want another card. Thank you, universe. I want another card. Please bring me another card. Please bring me another recipe. Thank you. I'd like another recipe. I don't want to follow that recipe. That doesn't seem like a nice recipe. I don't want to follow that recipe. Thank you for bringing in new, beautifully, divinely connecting, divinely created recipe card for creating love relationships. Thank you. I receive that in. I claim that. I claim that for myself. I claim for myself a new card. I claim for myself a new recipe card to follow that doesn't have anything on it that tells me I have to create all these obstacles. And I claim that for myself. Because it never occurred to me that my boyfriend was all wrapped up in my recipe card. So as I'm all upset at him for creating all of these obstacles in his mind and blah, 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 I didn't realize that he's just following my card. So I am claiming that for myself because, and I like to just laugh a little bit of this card sucks. This card sucks. I think we've created a lot of really poor quality love relationships with cards like this, and I don't want to do that. This card sucks. When I loved myself enough, I looked to the universe and said, I claim a new card. I claim a new card. I claim grace. I claim grace. I say enough. Enough of that kind of relationship. Enough of that. I'm not participating in that anymore. When I loved myself enough, I said I would like a heart expanding, beautiful, sharing, love relationship for myself, for another person. But even just love relationship for myself. Because these love relationship cards, really, you don't get a love relationship with yourself without a card. What is the programming? What recipe am I following? So you've been following that card where the loving of yourself had all those obstacles? When I loved myself enough, I put down that card, not just for this relationship that I'm in for him. I put down that card. I put it down. I pushed it away. I said, thank you. Not for me. Not for me anymore. I love you, God. I love you, God. I love you, guides. I love all of it. Not for me anymore. I want kinder, more grace, easier, way more effortless relationship with me loving me. So I'm receiving that in now. And I'm looking to that boyfriend and I'm saying, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the role that you played. You finally got me here, boy. It's been a long road of creating with a love relationship card that sucks. So maybe we move to I love myself no matter what.
Right.
I choose to love myself no matter what.
I like that.
I just choose to love myself no matter what. I'm going to love myself anyway. So I spelled all of that stuff wrong on that page. I'm going to love myself anyway. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I just couldn't stop eating that I just ate that whole row of cookies and I just couldn't stop. I am choosing to love myself anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I am choosing to be divinely held. As I look at that, me in that action with a smile on my face going, I just couldn't stop. I don't know why I couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop. I'm choosing to love myself anyway and to be divinely held in all of that. I'm not pretending that that wasn't me. I'm not pretending anything. I'm not throwing it away. I'm not putting it is me. It is me and I did that. And I am allowing myself to be divinely held. And I am choosing to love myself anyway. I'm not rejecting myself and I'm not abandoning myself. I'm not walking away from myself. That was me. And you know what else was me? The me that just did all of that for another friend yesterday, and the me that just did all of that, and the me that opened up that, and the me that's CEO of that company. It's all me. It's all me. It's all me. In my beautiful life, it's all me. And how do you get to loving yourself anyway if you can't get to accepting that it's all me?
Mm.
I made those 3 really good choices last week, and I made 3 really bad ones. And boy, was I a moody cow last week. I was a moody cow last week. I was that. And I was also the sweetest pie.
And my cats. Yeah.
Now, which was the only thing that I came into this call with today was exactly where I am right now. I just wanted to talk about acceptance. I wanted to talk about that really cool concept of how do you ever get to a place of loving yourself unconditionally when you just can't accept
You are.
who we are, like who we are, the good, the bad, the ugly, the humanness of me. I don't get it right all the time. I don't say it right all the time. I don't choose the right tone all the time. I've hurt people. I've helped people to heal. I am me. I am me. Those are the words of the soul. When I connect to my soul and I just sit with my soul and I just want to breathe with this idea of just being with my soul, that really is it. I am me.
Mm.
I am me. And when I'm there in that moment of I am me, there isn't a drama of worthlessness. None of that drama exists in that place of just connection to soul. All of the drama that we're in is connected to past history. It's connected to pain body, our pain body, the cumulative pain body from family and humanity. But it's not the truth of us. And I think it's a great thing just to say that, I think one of the things, I know one of the things that's going on in this world right now, worldwide, is we are being called to question what we're being informed by. What are we being informed by? And what do we want to be informed by? And to take responsibility for what is informing us. To really look today like you've looked. I love that you've looked here. That you've looked at that concept of, wow, being informed by my pain body, my unwillingness to allow that to heal for all of the reasons that I said, and maybe more, but just allowing your own divine light to hold you in that unwillingness, to hold you where you are, and recognize there's really good reason for your unwillingness. Really good reason. Very foundationally important reasons: safety, security, bondedness with birth family, connection, belonging. These are powerful root chakra things. Why would we be mucking around with that until we get divine involved to be helpful to that task? We don't change until we feel safe.
Yeah.
We don't. In fact, I put that slide up. I've just put out a new edited muscle testing class, intro muscle testing class, and I put that slide 3 times in the slide to remind people we do not change until we feel safe. You're not going to change this relationship with your pain body. You're not going to allow that pain body to be helped, to be better informed, unless it all feels safe. Unless I can have all of that. I can maintain all of that and do what you're asking me to do. I say, well, yeah, you can. Just let God take care of it. Just let that soul, that beautiful source light, your higher power working with that divine intelligence, take care of it all. Who am I? From this conscious place that I speak to you from, who am I to even remotely think that I could do this for you? How arrogant would that be? That I could step in, see all the details, all the little details of how that's to be managed so that you could feel really safe in that change. And the answer is I can't. At some point after I've delivered to you enough information, I step back and I say, over to you, God. The God within you. The divine source light within you. Take care of it. Take care of it. Take care of that little infant. Take care of that teenager. Because I know that God energy. I know that you are precious. This idea of you being worthless or not worthy, no. To this God energy, you are precious. You are precious and you are a God particle that is here to make manifest some things on this planet. To be here, not just to manifest things, but to experience things. And one of the things you wanted to experience was love and pair bonding. And you brought in this lovely gentleman. And I think so much has come in today, including for the first time in your life, we push away the recipe card for love relationships being created like that, which gives him a little bit more space to be in relationship with you without creating obstacles. So who knows? Who knows where this goes?
I know. I know.
And really, you being in a love relationship with yourself without obstacles,
Yes.
including a religious modeling that wouldn't let you be in connection with your own God, like all by yourself.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to do this show if we'd done it on Tuesday, because this
Well,
is a Friday.
how cool is that?
Right? I just realized that. I started with saying this is the second Tuesday. It's not. It's a Friday.
Friday do a Tuesday show.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to do that Tuesday. So,
But this is what we're supposed to do today.
yeah.
This is the message that's supposed to go out. Because that is what's happening all over the world, is we are being now brought into this concept of being more choosy, more picky about what we are allowing to inform us, where we're getting our information from that is guiding us, and to be more picky about that. And not because the Trudeau government has decided to censor all of this. It's like, no, it's about us. It's about us.
Right. Censoring.
And what we are now saying no to ourselves without having a government get in the way of anything. Because that is what's happening. And it's not about censorship. It's about self-autonomy.
Mm.
It's about getting to know us, the greater us, the core light of us, and being informed from that place and being informed from that higher power, authentic higher power within us. It's not about AI technology taking us over. In fact, I don't think we should have much of that involved until we actually know ourselves.
Amen.
Really know ourselves. And are being informed from that place. And then how much do we really need an AI technology coming in to do much of anything? So that's where I'm at. I'm just working to know myself better, get my own divine light, engage with my body better, flowing better, upgrading the technology in my own body and the cells of my own body so that my light can be informing my body, one with my body. These are the things that I'm concentrating on now. These are the things that I'm sitting there saying, am I going to be designing a few courses around this? I don't know, but this is what I'm doing with myself now and saying it out loud to you.
Beautiful. All right. Well, this has been a powerfully healing show. So thank you, Tracy.
Sharing that. Thank you for sharing all of this.
Yes. I would say it was challenging, but it was what it was. So I was ready.
Drink water.
I will. Yeah. All right. You've been listening to News of the Heart. We've been getting to the heart of what matters with Tracy McBurney. We're going to take a little hiatus and we'll be back in September. And yeah, I look forward to more healings and connecting to my own soul power. All right. Thank you.